All right, let's talk about how to add positive and negative numbers together. There's actually 3 separate ways that you can do this. One way would be think money. Second way would be use a number line. Third way would be the rules down that I have right here. Okay. So I will show you each of these as we do these, but I feel that these will help you the most. So number 1, if you have 2 positive numbers, add them and your answer is positive. If you have 2 negative numbers, add them and your answer is negative. If you have a positive number and a negative number, subtract the 2 numbers. Determine if your answer is positive or negative by looking at your highest absolute value number, and the sign of that number is the sign of your answer. Yes, this is wordy, this could be confusing, but as we go through these, I'll show you what they mean. Okay. So if I have an addition problem here, I'm going to look at my 2 numbers and I'm going to say, do I have 2 positives, 2 negatives, or 1 of each? Well, that's positive and that's positive, so I have 2 positives. So that's number 1. If you have 2 positives, add them and your answer is positive. So your answer would be positive 93. This one, I have a positive number and I'm adding a negative number. So I have a positive and a negative. That's rule number 3. If you have a positive and a negative, subtract the 2 numbers. So I'm going to subtract the 2 numbers, taking the highest minus the lowest, and I get 10. Now to determine if your answer is positive or negative, you're going to look at your highest absolute value number. So that means you're going to look at both of these as if they were both positive. So positive 14, positive 24, this one would be bigger. Well, since this one is negative, your answer is negative. Okay, so now let's go back really quick and think money. If I had if I had $19 and somebody gave me $74, I have a total of $93. But this one I have $14 and I owe somebody $24. So that puts me into the negative $10. So that's how you can do these, by thinking money. Or you can use a number line. You could create your own number line. You could number it to 19, and then from 19 you can mark 74 spaces and then count, and you get to 93. This one seems the most ridiculous to me, because if you're using very high numbers, I'm not going to create a number line with 93 numbers on it. Okay, that's going to take way too long. So I'm either going to think money or I'm going to use these rules. So here, I'm not going to do a number line all the way to negative 42 and then add 39 more spaces. It just, again, seems ridiculous. But I can think money. If I am in the negative 42 and I owe somebody else 39, that's going to put me in the negative quite a bit. But you can also look at your 2 numbers. I have a negative and a negative. If you have 2 negatives, add, and your answer is negative. Add, and your answer is negative. So back to money, I'm in the negative $42, and I owe somebody $39. Now I'm in the negative $81. My debt got bigger. I was already in debt. I added more debt to it. My debt got bigger. So 2 negatives, add, and your answer is negative. Here I have a negative and a positive. So that's 1 of each. So that's number 3. If you have a positive and a negative, subtract. So 18 minus 6 is 12. And now look at your numbers. Think of these as positive 18, positive 6. The 18 is bigger. But since 18 is negative in the problem, my answer is going to be negative.